Hey guys, Oddly Cute. Today, topic is about zines or zines, whatever way you want to say it. I'm going to talk about what is a zine and why are they made and what's the purpose of them. Because no one knows. It's not true. Anyway, so for this purpose of the video, I want to really talk about zines because a lot of people have been making them and they've been popular for a few years now, and I actually finally made my own. Like, if you haven't seen my other videos, I talk about me making this, so yeah. If you want a copy, it's in my store and links in the description. Okay. So anyway, a zine so if you guys don't know what a zine is basically like a good way of storytelling. Like a different format way, not good way. They're all good ways. It's a way to express yourself, a way to communicate, it's a way to come up with a story, but it doesn't have to be in a comic book format, it doesn't have to be in the storybook format. It's just a format that you're comfortable with, I feel, and you can put it together in your own way, your own style, your own shape and size, whatever, and that's what I feel like is what they are. I've seen so many different versions of them. Like, I've seen some just regular standard, like what I did, like Catholic format, whatever. I've also seen egg-shaped ones, and then sometimes I get more creative with different actual chest shapes, like plane shape. There's just a lot of cool ones, I say. And a lot of them have different themes, because I feel like Zine is kind of like a diary, which is kind of weird to say, but because I've seen so many people with different topics, a lot of topics usually have to do with personal matters. So depression, or food, or body positive, or even just your own story without words or with words. So that's why I always I found it interesting, and if you haven't made one, I suggest you try it. It's pretty fun. It's a different way of showcasing your work. And because of that, I actually interviewed a few artists what they think a zine is to them. And each response is only a few seconds long, or 30 seconds long, whatever. But anyway, I hope you guys like it. Be right back. Okay, tell me in your own words what you think is a zine.
For me, I think it's a little happy medium between a full-on book and a comic book. It's very, at its core, very DIY. I think it's a very easy entry into self-publishing. It's inexpensive to do, and it's a good way to, if you have, for example, poetry or writing, or even art. It's a nice little way to display your art and get it out to people very quickly. Yeah, who doesn't like them?
A zine to me is not only a cross between a comic book, it's like a short form comic book, but it's a way for a collective or small group of artists to come together under one idea to showcase their abilities into maybe 3 to 5 pages. It's also a way for not only to express the same idea in their own way, but just a way to showcase their work, what they do. It's a way for them to network. So it's almost like a teaser in a way. That's how I think zines are. It's a teaser to just hey, if you like this, you probably like the rest of their work, or if you like the rest of the collective, you see them again. So it's a great way to get art together, to expose them to the world, and there you go.
A zine would be a comic, usually by an independent artist, and it's a little more organic and flowy, I believe, and personal. And it doesn't have to necessarily make sense or have a consecutive theme or story, it's just whatever it is. Perfect.
Well, when I think of Zines or Zines, I think of like a very DIY put together book. So it's a way for people, creatives, artists to make a story or voice their own thoughts or opinions, make pictures, do things very independently, and have their own like just fingerprints on it. So have their own style, whether it's like printed or drawn or painted or collaged. I think that's what the zine culture is about.
A zine is like a small portable piece of like information. It could be anything. Like it could be a comic book. It could be an informational thing about a subject, or just something it's portable and it's manageable, like tangible. Yeah.
A zine, I think it's a homemade, homebrew publication that could be pretty much anything. There's band zines, there's art zines, zines for fashion, zines for pretty much everything. So I really very much believe that zine is, like I said, a personal publication that you can make on your own and distribute it as far and as much as you want.
Okay guys, I'm going to show you how I made my Zine, and you don't have to use any kind of fancy paper or any kind like that. You could use copy paper, you could use your regular sketchbook, you use whatever. And I actually use my B paper, Aquabee. Only sketchbook you'll ever need. It's not really true, but okay. This is a mixed media paper. Sorry about my sticky notes, oh my gosh. A mixed media paper, so I can use like pens, watercolor, whatnot. But yeah, this is what I use. Let me see if I can find an actual... There we go, here's one of them. Ignore that. Yeah, so this is actually, this might be my first drawing I did, and I think it's also one of my first pages. Let's see. Yep, here it is. Here it is. So basically what I did is just, each paper I cut it kind of in half. So I have like one image here, one image there, and then I drew. And I just drew kind of how I felt for these characters. This is the Star Prince. You use a pain in the butt, and I love him. So, that's why he's one of the main characters. And for the other one, here's the other page. Voila! We have the Brave Knight, the very lone cat that protects the pea in the butt cat. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, so all of these like images are basically from my sketchbook, and I feel like you shouldn't like stress too much about it when you're trying to work with a Zine. I know it can be like difficult figuring out what you want to do, and a lot of times it's like when you're picking paper, you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this paper, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, never mind, I'll just use whatever I have. And that's basically how that happened to me. And I worked in a scale that I'm more comfortable with. I don't do big stuff, but I don't do small stuff, and I feel like this is very comfortable for me. And this is basically my sketches of what these characters will look like and where they live. And I have that in the back of my Zine, kind of as like a back review, I guess. Here is that. I used Photoshop to help like rearrange some of the things. So if you don't have Photoshop, it might be a little difficult for that, but it really helps. Oops, there we go. I actually don't know if all the images are in here because I actually... here's one of them, okay. Ripped a few out of mine. But yeah, I think the printing quality that I used was pretty good. I actually just used a local printing company to try out. I might try a different one because printing is expensive, and sometimes the quality is expensive or cheap but expensive. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then try finding a company and you'll understand. So yeah, but yeah, it's okay to do like kind of mixed media. I did like Photoshop with like, Photoshop over my other pieces to give it more like pizzazz or things that I wanted to do but I couldn't do. But anyway, yeah, I hope looking through, I guess it's kind of like a sketchbook review, all of my little, I want to show you everything because I want you guys, if you want to see more of it and read my little descriptions in it, you can buy the book on my website, or you don't have to if you don't really want to. I'm not trying to promote anything, no I'm not. But yeah, let me see if I can move this for every good artist, we're all good artists, we should always have a little information about where you can find me, us people. Anyway, that's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was an interesting experience, that's for sure. Anyway, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, then don't do anything at all. And if you have an idea for a topic or anything, or if you want me to continue with this topic, let me know. I will be happy to comply.